Good evening and welcome to CTV. I'm Keith Albertson, he's Steven Starcer, and we've got a great show for you tonight.
That's right, Keith. Rams fans had plenty to cheer about this weekend with wins in volleyball and football.
And let's start with some coverage from the home team. After its impressive showing at Alabama last weekend, the CSU football team returned to Hughes Stadium to build on its 4-game home winning streak. They took on a UTEP team that has struggled to keep opponents off the scoreboard so far this season, and that continued on Saturday. The Rams came out with intensity and put up 28 points before halftime and ended up taking a 21-point lead to the locker room. But the Miners came out at halftime and completely erased that deficit in only 7 game minutes. It wasn't looking good for the Rams at that point until Shaq Barrett made a game-changing play that gave CSU all the momentum back.
Really re-energized the team with that safety, and I can't say enough about how he played this football game. All
right, so we missed a little bit about what Coach Mack said there, but just talking about what a play Shaquille Barrett made in forcing the fumble, which eventually led to the safety and was really the turning point for the Rams.
Huge momentum shift in this game. CSU had the 21-point lead, as we mentioned there earlier. UTEP climbed all the way back to tie it in that one, and then the huge safety by Shaq. It's great to see one of the best players on this team step up and make a play. You want the best players on your team to make winning plays to help your team succeed. That's exactly what we saw out of Shaq Barrett.
Yeah, and that's what we've seen all season. As you saw there, he's leading all of NCAA in tackles for loss and sacks. He's just been performing on a level far above anybody else on this team.
Without a doubt, doing a tremendous job in helping out this defense. They've had a few struggles, ups and downs in the season, but you always want to see them be able to create some turnovers and help that offense out a little bit, and that's what he did in this one against UTEP.
Definitely, with those 3 sacks, huge performance from him. Overall, though, I can't say I was too happy with the defense. Obviously, they gave up 42 points to UTEP after a great showing in Alabama. They didn't look like they showed up this week.
It was a little unfortunate to see them give up the 42 points like you mentioned after playing really good against Alabama, just 17 points for those first 3 quarters in that one. You know, they let the wide receivers for UTEP get behind them on a few plays. We saw the quarterback make some good throws as well for UTEP, so give him a lot of credit in that respect. But CSU secondary, definitely, we were expecting to see them play a little bit better. Hopefully we could see that improve, though. Still like to see maybe the defensive line apply a little bit more pressure to help them out, though.
Definitely, and you got to give it back to the secondary, too. You know, lots of deep balls. That's how UTEP got back in this game. Down 28-7 at halftime, they just came out, and all of a sudden, 2 plays later, they're within 7 points, another drive down the field, and they're knocking right on our door and really applying the pressure.
The good thing, though, for the Rams, even though the defense kind of struggled in this one, was that the offense played tremendously well. They put up 59 points. We saw the offensive line do a tremendous job run blocking and pass blocking. Thought Garrett Grayson performed probably the best that we've seen him all year long. Made some nice headsy plays out there. I thought he made really good decisions. Also saw him air it out a little bit down the field, which is always a great thing to see. We talked about that on the show a little bit. And the running backs also stepped up for the Rams.
Yeah, definitely. The whole offense, you touched on it. Week 2, Garrett Grayson really becoming a mobile quarterback, working out of the pocket, maybe picking up some first downs with his feet, and I really saw that in this game. He was constantly rolling out, hitting his check down receiver, and just making plays outside the pocket, and I love to see that from him.
Yeah, and I like the play calling as well from the coaches in this one. We saw a little bit more creativity than we've seen in past games this season. There you see Crockett Gilmore get a big pass. We saw them involve the tight ends. Kevon Cartwright had 2 big touchdowns in this one. They had the fake field goal play, which was always good to see, get the fans involved, get the energy going. You know, as a team, you always love when your coach calls those plays because it shows that he's got confidence in you, and it makes it more fun when you're out there on the field playing.
Absolutely, and of course that really showed with the score. They were able to put up 59 points, their highest total since 1997. Just never really took their foot off the gas on offense.
Yeah, that's what you love to see. You know, wanted to see that complete game. They had a little bit of stretch there where they let Utah State score those 21 unanswered points. But for the most part, the offense was efficient going down and finishing off drives by getting touchdowns and not settling for field goals, which is huge for a football team.
Definitely stuff that they can build forward, and they've got the bye week this week, so they're going to take a little break. And right now it's actually time for us to take a quick little break too.
But when we come back, we'll give you the latest updates about our volleyball team that keeps climbing in the rankings.
Don't go away.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
If anyone is still questioning CSU women's volleyball team is in a rebuilding mode or not, you better get your vision checked. The Rams captured 2 conference wins on the road last week over the Air Force Falcons and the New Mexico Lobos to remain undefeated on the season. CSU traveled to the Air Force Academy on Thursday and struggled early on, making a lot of unforced errors in the first set and a half, but the Rams were still able to sweep the Falcons in 3 sets. Then on Saturday, the team headed down to Albuquerque to face a tough New Mexico team who came into the match just 1 game behind the Rams in the conference. CSU had opportunities to sweep the Lobos after going up 2 sets to none, but the match was pushed to 5 sets, where the Rams finally came out victorious to improve their record to a perfect 12-0. The team will head to Reno, Nevada this week to take on the Wolfpack on Thursday night. Keith, this team is still undefeated on the season. We'll see if they can continue that success moving forward, but right now, still have to love what this team's putting out there on the court.
Absolutely. I mean, it feels like it's just getting so redundant talking about how this team keeps winning. Now 12-0, undefeated, climbing in the rankings, yada, yada, yada. You've heard it all before every week, but this team has just been performing on a level that I don't think anybody really expected.
You know what? I'll tell you what, I'll never get tired of talking about a team who keeps winning. They're really showing what CSU volleyball is all about. For the past 2 decades, they've been the #1 program at CSU sports-wise. They're number 17th in the nation right now. They're one of 4 undefeated teams left in the nation, which is remarkable this far into the season. It's their highest ranking since September of 2011 when they got that big upset match versus Nebraska. They were ranked number 14th at the time then. So just a tremendous job by these girls. I love the way they just have such great chemistry out there on the court, and they're so fun to watch too.
Exactly, and you could really tell that in this New Mexico game where, you know, they took the early lead. They were able to apply that pressure early, but then you saw them start to slip back. They lose sets 3 and 4, but coming back and winning that 5th set on the road against a great New Mexico program, that was just huge to see for the Rams.
It was phenomenal. As you mentioned, they kind of let it slip away there. Should have won that 1 in 3 straight sets, but they're able to come out in the 5th set. Freshman Cassidy Denny served huge in that one. They won 7 of the last 9 points to capture that 1 in 5 sets. Just overcoming adversity, it's been phenomenal.
Yeah, great work.
But now on to a team that has struggled in its inaugural season. The women's soccer team lost to Wyoming in its first Board of War at the Fort Collins Soccer Complex Sunday, 3-0. The team played in front of 450 fans decked out in orange, but unfortunately for the Rams, they still couldn't find the back of the net. The team fell to 1-6-2 on the year and 0-2 in conference play. They will travel to San Diego State Friday to face the Aztecs and then return home to host New Mexico in its first annual Pink Out on Sunday. Keith, it's been a tough season for the Lady Rams soccer team, but it's their first season, inaugural season, as we mentioned, and there's going to be those hiccups along the way, and you're starting to build a program.
Yep, definitely, and I'd just like to see our offense kind of get a little better, show some improvement. We've struggled to score goals. The defense has been there, but I really look forward to this program in the future.
They've had some opportunities to score as well. It's just being able to convert and execute, I think, is the big factor right now for this team.
Mm-hmm.
Well, coming up after the break, we've got the latest in professional sports news.
Stay tuned.
Red State, Blue State.
We come from different places.
Uptown.
But when we live united, we create real lasting change in the education, income, and health of our country. Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Sign up at liveunited.org.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Today was Media Day for the Denver Nuggets at the Pepsi Center down in Denver. CTV's own Dillon Thomas was there to see what's in store for this team this season.
The Nuggets finished last season with superstar Andre Iguodala, GM of the Year Masai Ujiri, and Coach of the Year George Karl. But now they have none of them, and they're having to find a fresh slate to start on.
Obviously, the style of play,
that we want to play is going to be a little different from what it's been around here over the past few years.
There's a palpable energy in the gym, and I think it's a testament to Brian and the guys that he's brought in here.
I think everybody's ready to prove themselves, and everybody's anxious to get game one started.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. A positive coach, positive plays, positive players, positive energy all around the organization. The upper office is speaking all positive things, and it should be good.
I think we're a playoff team. You know, if you look at the players around, but you know that's easier said than done. You got a lot of factors that play into making the playoffs.
It's an NBA, it's a business, and right now Denver's my home, and hopefully I'm here to stay.
If we're the hardest working team that particular night, and we play together, I believe we can beat anybody on any given night.
The Denver Nuggets tip off their season against the Kings on October 30th in Sacramento. Reporting from the Pepsi Center in Denver, Dillon Thomas, CTV11 News.
Thanks, Dylan. Hopefully they can start off the season as well as our Denver football team. The Broncos continued their dominance as they ravaged the Eagles' defense and quieted Chip Kelly's fast-paced offense. I absolutely love what I'm seeing from this Broncos team so far. Peyton has looked superhuman, and our secondary can keep up with just about anyone. I'm not sure if any team is going to be able to compete with what John Fox has been able to put on the field.
What a Denver team put on the field this weekend wasn't as big a story as what a Colorado team took off the field. 17-year Rockies veteran Todd Helton played his final game for the Colorado Rockies on Sunday against the Los Angeles Dodgers. The 5-time All-Star and 3-time Gold Glover took to Coors Field for the final time Wednesday night amid standing ovations and video tributes to honor his career. He finishes as the Rockies' career leader in virtually every offensive category and will be missed for his outstanding ability and class. Keith, Todd Helton, one of the greats of all time, especially in Colorado Rockies history. He's going to be missed.
Oh, absolutely. I was lucky enough to be able to make it down to both the games against the Red Sox, and the atmosphere there, 48,000 fans all on their feet every time he'd take the field, kind of trying to give back to a guy that gave the city so much in 17 years.
Yeah, and everyone talks about he did it the right way, which in this day and age is kind of a new thing to see with all the scandals going on with steroids and so many players. So it's great to see that our guy, local guy from Colorado, did a tremendous job in that. And it was also amazing just to see all the videos from all the players and coaches that he's been friends with in the past, kind of giving him congratulations and wishing him luck. Just shows the impact that he had on the game of baseball.
Absolutely, and you touched on it talking about how he played with such class, never being involved in any of this steroid dispute. Say what you will about him, he was a phenomenal athlete and just a standout guy.
Yeah, definitely going to miss him. He's got my vote for the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely. I'm not sure if he'll make it in the first ballot. Everybody's going to be talking about Coors Field, and all the numbers are a little bit inflated there. You talk about Michael Kadire just winning the batting title. In the Rockies' 20-year history, he's now the 6th different player and the 8th time that a Rocky has won the batting title.
Yeah, it shows you that, definitely the field helps a little bit, but I think also it's in the talent that the players have going there as well.
Mm-hmm. You look at the defense that Todd Helton was able to get those 3 Gold Gloves. You can't really put a measure on how well he played defensively and what a leader he was in the clubhouse. Well, that's all the time we have for you tonight.
Our football team may have a bye week, but we won't take a week off. We'll be right back here this time next week.
Until then, you can see more of our videos at collegian.com. Have a great night.